All right, here it is, the Tomenosuke Blaster Air. Probably not pronouncing that right. So I am not a professional unboxer, reviewer, or anything. This is my Bad Ad Man defunct channel. Maybe I'll add some more videos at some point, as I like to kind of poke fun at some ads and whatnot. But being that there wasn't too much info, I think there's one other video at this moment of the blaster. I figured I'd maybe go into a little bit more detail here for you guys that are interested before you maybe want to check it out or buy it. That way you can kind of know what to expect a little bit more. So it comes in this awesome box and case here with that awesome design here. Let me flip it around. There you go. It's beautiful. Look at that. It's a really nice case. Really like that. This is not a true unboxing, as I've already unboxed it, but so we'll call it a fake unboxing. But you open it up, and you get these awesome gloves. You got this beautiful instruction book here that kind of goes over exactly what you need to do, all the beautiful parts. Nice shot there. I guess some disassembly information and all that stuff. And there it is. It's awesome. You get this box here that has some of the extra BBs in there. It has this adapter tool, which you're going to put into the green gas, or the gas that you get that you need to fill it up. There's also some ratchets and stuff in there, I guess, if you're going to disassemble it. But all I did was just pull out this part here, so we'll take a look at that in a sec. Maybe it's a good idea right now to talk about the gas. So this is the one I got it on Amazon, Puff Dyno for power for Airsoft, and it's for Japanese model ABS slide gun. I had emailed Hollywood Collectibles, also Tomenosuke, that recommended this particular one, because I guess it's got to be like a low pressure, low PSI type. So that's what you're going to want, and that's what you see there is the adapter that you're just basically going to put on. Comes like that, and the adapter goes on top. And the reason for that is, you'll see in a bit, because otherwise it won't be able to reach the chamber in the of the revolving chamber. It's so you can actually get the gas in there, as otherwise it wouldn't reach. All right, let's check out the gun itself. So here it is. Okay, I think there's some in the other video kind of goes into the lights and everything. So yeah, we can turn that on. Sure, yep, right there. This part, of course, opens and slides to about there, and can close it. All right, there's that bit. And then to open the revolver, you gotta push that part, and then it takes a little bit, but you gotta put some pressure there, and that's how you open the chamber. So this is a really cool thing, and I think the other video showed this as well. But so this is kind of like fake bullet casings. But what you do is you load your BB into there, and then you put your gas right into that nozzle. And I'm trying to do this one-handed, but you gotta line it up to get to where the actual, there it is. I think you can see right there. Where is it? There you go. And that's where you're gonna put your gas. All right. So when you put your gas, I'm not gonna be able to do this, one-handed, but when you put your gas, basically you're gonna have to, let's see if I can do this. Ooh, terrible. Can you tell it's my first? Anyway, the idea is you put that in the hole of the chamber, kind of like so, okay? And then you squeeze it in. It's a little knacky. Sometimes when I think I'm putting it in, it actually doesn't go in. So you kind of just have to, get it right. But again, I'm a little bit of a noob, so I'm probably doing it wrong. And as I keep going, I'll probably get better and better at it. But yeah, you then just kind of, squeeze it in there, and then it'll come out. I'm not going to do that right here, but that's basically the idea. Okay, one thing, since we're talking about filling up the blaster, I should point out, and I may already mention this later, I'm doing this retroactively since we're talking about filling it up anyway, but the instructions, or at least step 2 here, is incorrect. In the sense that it's telling you, I don't know if you can see this, there's this red arrow here. It's telling you to basically put the gas, you know, with the adapter and stick the adapter into the hole of the of the chamber release hole, not in this aperture in the bullet casing, which is where it actually needs to go. So you need to put it in that hole in the casing there, because that's where the gas needs to go in order for this to function. So it looks like it's a little typo. Really, that red arrow shouldn't be pointing to the center of the revolver there. It should be pointing to that aperture there in the bullet casing, because that's where the nozzle, as I showed you, is to, you know, to fill it up with gas. All right, so again, I may already mention that or mention that later, but definitely bears repeating. Look, I know it's not brain surgery. I'm sure you guys could have figured it out, no matter what. But it did trip me up for a second, as you know, you get something like this, you pay a bunch of money, you know, you want to make sure you're doing everything, you know, to the letter. So just know that if you do it to the letter, it's going to be incorrect because it's pointing to the wrong thing. So, all right, why don't I show you how to put the BBs in? Again, I'm sure you guys can figure that out. But like I said, on this side where it has the, you know, the casings there, that's where you're going to fill up the gas there in the nozzle. Let's see if we can get to the correct nozzle right there. You can see the opening. That's where you're going to put your gas in, and then for the BBs, they're gonna go right in those holes. Nothing to it, right? So yeah, you're just gonna stick them in there, and yeah, you just put it in, and it gives a not quite a click, but a little satisfying tactile feel that you know that it's in there secure. So then yeah, you load them all up, you know, and then you know, you put your gas in. As I showed earlier, and then you're gonna fire it up from there, and we'll do that in just a sec. Let me just show you the other side, as I don't know if I gave a good view of the other side, but yeah, that's where all that kind of comes into play. Very nice, you know, you got your on and off switch there, and there you go. Yeah, let's fire it up. All right, I'm gonna, hopefully I did the gas correctly. I think you can kind of feel it sometimes. I know I said it's knacky, but you can kind of feel when it all just sort of comes together. You know, the nozzle of the adapter in the can goes into the, you know, into the nozzle in the chamber there, and you can kind of feel it all go into place. All that said, let's see if I'm correct. If done properly, it should go through all 6 rounds and then some. Let's see here. There we go. All right, so I probably did it mostly correct, as you can see there. And then it sort of started to kind of phase out before I emptied the last round. Or actually, I think I did empty everything out. But I have done it correctly sometimes, and it'll empty out all 6 rounds, and then some. You know, you can put 6 more in, and it'll shoot those 2. So I must have not quite got the gas in, like, you know, perfectly, but it was enough to empty out the chamber, even though, as you could tell, it was getting weaker there. But again, if done correctly, I've done it where all 6 rounds go shoot out like amazingly strong, even on the next batch, amazingly strong, and then it starts to fizzle out from there. So yeah, I guess I just gotta kind of get better at the putting it in. But there you go. So it does what it's supposed to do. It is supposed to, you know, shoot BBs, and they're the, what is it, the 6mm, 0.2 grams. That's what I have, you know, got them from EVIC, I don't know, however you pronounce that. But that's where I got those from. And again, it comes with a little batch of a, you know, tiny amount, but you get some of them already with this, which is cool too. All right, quick comparo of both. So we got the Blaster Air, the new one on the left there, along with the Paragon FX 2049 version, which I know they made a big deal about it kind of being officially licensed and everything. So yeah, so you know, a little bit of a different finish here, the darker obviously finish up there. Yeah, you know, it was funny when I ordered now the Blaster Air. I figured I'd go ahead and sell this one since, you know, of course, having an Air Blaster version is, you know, far superior. But, you know, I think they both have a place in my collection. I think I'm going to keep them both, you know. I'm not sure which is more movie accurate. I think some will say maybe it's the more darker look. I like the gunmetal look a lot. So who knows? I don't, you know, you can debate that as much as you like, which is more movie accurate, but I think they're both great looking. And I love that, you know, one can obviously shoot BBs and is an airsoft gun, but an awesome replica despite all that in and of its own right. And I just love that this is, you know, obviously has a darker finish. And yeah, you know, and also has, you know, the, like, you know, the dummy bullets. I like that, you know. This one, as I showed earlier, has, you know, the kind of facade of the casings. And this, you can actually, you know, take out the, you know, the dummy bullets and load them into the chamber. And, you know, that's obviously a nice little feature to have. So I think they both have a place in my collection. Yeah, so, you know, again, I was going to sell this to fund that, but I don't know. I don't want to part with it. Also, I know I talked about the kind of weight and the feel. They both have, like, first things first, they both have awesome weight, awesome feel to it. They just feel great. They don't feel flimsy. They're both top heavy, you know, let's be honest, because it's, you know, it's a blaster at the top there, a cannon. But I will say, I guess after, like, okay, I hold this one, all right, and then I hold this one. This one might feel overall, while still top heavy, maybe a little bit more balanced. I know earlier I said, you know, I wish it kind of felt maybe a little bit more weighty over here. But now in holding both, this one feels a little bit more balanced, but I think that's because obviously this is an airsoft, so there's probably more things going on, you know, here to kind of make it even maybe a little bit more top heavy, but overall, both strong, both, you know, both very, very great and solid feeling. So love that. Both of them, I guess, you know, I think some of the reviewers might have called this out in past ones, but, you know, both of them have the issue where this isn't like locked in super tight. It's going to rattle a little bit. And maybe even when you fire it off, you know, you kind of see that part rattling. It doesn't bug me, but that is a thing. Also, you know, I think, you know, it's going to be hard to, maybe it's the lighting, but I think, you know, my son loved the amber color of the new Blaster Air. Thought it looked just kind of richer and deeper. He might be right. I'm not sure. You know, I guess it all just depends on the, you know, on the lighting. They're very similar, but, you know, maybe he is right. Maybe this does have a little bit more of a kind of root berry amber glow to it. But anyway, yeah, that's it. So that's a comparison there. I think they're both great. I'm going to keep both. I think it's awesome. Once again, for the Blaster Air, make sure you use the right gas. This is the one that was recommended by Tomen. It says for Japanese model ABS slide gun. I think any low pressure green gas will do, but this again was the one that was recommended. And of course it says for Japanese model, so that kind of makes me feel good. Yeah, and you know, the only maybe thing is it's just sometimes a little knacky to get the gas in there for me, but you know, it doesn't always seem to do it, but yeah, I'll probably get better at it with time. And other than that, that's all I got. Hopefully this helped out. I know I would have loved to see this, you know, prior to ordering a little bit more about the gun, but yeah, hopefully this helps anybody who might be on the fence decide. All right, that's all I got, guys. Thanks.